What's up, you guys? It's Rob here. Today we're going to be going over ticker symbol GME. We're going to cover it on the daily, weekly, and monthly time frame in anticipation for tomorrow's trading day, Friday. Yeah, Friday. Yes, where the weekend's almost here. Only sad thing though is that the stock market isn't open on Saturday and Sunday. That's why you invest in crypto. BlockFi link down below. But anyways, I'm sorry I had to. But GME had pretty much a whole entire day of consolidation is roughly what describe it. The chart definitely looks a lot worse than what the day was really, but we did do a good bit of consolidation today. But before we hop in and cover the technical analysis and all that kind of stuff, if you guys can, do me a huge favor, drop a like down on this video, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. Really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm because apparently the YouTube algorithm all of a sudden decided to hate me, and now like everything is not being seen more. So your guys' interaction really helps me with the YouTube algorithm, helps me combat it essentially, kind of thing. But let's go ahead and cover GME on the within the charts. So here, looking at the intraday, the huge thing is we opened at 176.56. So we do know we have a level of support here around 175 really. Right here. And then we do know that there is also a level of support roughly here around 174. So these are two definite areas that are very micro supports and resistances kind of thing. But within the day, there was definitely a lot of trading that was going on within these price points. The huge thing is we do have our support down here at 172 that we did break through today, which was not necessarily the best thing. We did break it on the way down, and then we bounced off of it and reclaimed it, and then we broke through it and touched our intraday low of 170.75 today. But we did break back above it, and the huge thing that I really like here is we actually tested it several times. We had a false break here, and then we had multiple candles test really that 172 support. We also tested it later here in the day, so we did give it a definite good run for its money. And that's the huge thing that I like seeing is us testing these supports because it really validates it. And the great thing is we didn't dip below 170. So hopefully we can continue just seeing 170 and above with GameStop because I would absolutely love that. Now, the huge thing also is with GameStop, we do have 198 as our upper end of that channel. We got to keep that in mind. This is the channel that we've been trading in for such a long period of time, from 172 to 198. So hopefully we can get back up on the other end of this channel. I would really love that because honestly, we need to get on the other end of this channel because I'm a bag holder hitting $249. So if we can get up there and bring me on board, I would absolutely love that. But anyways, getting back here into the chart, taking a look at it, I am using the VWAP, I am using the 200-day moving average, and then I am using the 60-day EMA and 15-day EMA. These are all, the MA and EMA are all lagging indicators. They do not predict future movements. However, they do give us an idea of where we might be headed in a bullish or bearish direction. The VWAP stands for the volume weighted average price. So basically, if we're trading above the VWAP, you more than likely made money off of your share of GameStop today. If we're trading below it, you more than likely didn't make money off of the share of GameStop if you bought it today. The VWAP is a daily indicator. It resets on the day when the market opens and when the market closes. That's sometimes the reason why you see such harsh movements on other opposite sides of it. So taking a look at the 5-day, the huge thing to highlight here is yesterday we tested 166, today we tested 171, which is actually a positive thing. So we are in more of a macro perspective making higher lows, which is a good thing for a bullish direction. The huge thing to also highlight is we're still sitting within this channel and we pretty much have consolidated. I'm going to say the past 3 days. Yeah, we did dip down a little bit yesterday and come back up, but today and really on Tuesday, yeah, 27th was Tuesday. Good Lord, can't remember what day it is, but Tuesday really and today we consolidated. Wednesday was a little bit of a consolidation day, but we've definitely done a good job of consolidating the stock, which has really helped relax the MACD down here. The MACD, you can see Wednesday we had a very volatile day, but it has been pretty calm ever since, which is really good. We want to consolidate because if we can consolidate, it will help bring down IV, it will help make the options contracts not more expensive, more attractive to new investors and to those who might want to buy them. I wish I could buy an options contract that would actually be profitable within GameStop right now, but sadly they're just too expensive for my blood right now. But let's go ahead and hop out here to the 1 month time frame. And this is really just going to give us a macro perspective. I'll hop out to the day time frame, which will even give us a larger perspective. But the huge thing I want to highlight here is we've really come so far, guys. And really on Monday, we made a huge move and we haven't given it up yet. So I just want to say yet because there is definitely a possibility that we could give it up. The huge thing to highlight here is we have the 200-day moving average and we have the 60-day moving average hooking upwards, which shows that we are in bullish territory. Now, if we do take, why is my RSI like not there? What the heck? Come on, RSI. Okay, our RSI is sitting here at 49.37. And if we do take a look here at the MACD, we're trading above the equilibrium. It's pretty close together, which is good because that means we're not overextended kind of thing. We are technically in bearish territory according to the MACD. But I think if we got a couple of positive hour candles open on pre-market open tomorrow that are green, I think we could change this reversal and we could get this MACD to hook back upwards and become bullish kind of thing, because we are looking pretty bullish here. We've had essentially 2 days of really here on the 1 hour chart. It really looks like 3 days of consolidation, which is actually really good for the stock because we did make this really strong move. We made this really strong move on Monday, which sent us pretty much oversold, and we were overbought headed into Tuesday morning. And then we had a little bit of a tumble, and then we consolidated, had our little rip up here, and we're sitting nice and pretty at 49.37. And we haven't really given that up that much. When we did close the market on Monday, we were trading around 188. We're sitting at 176 now, so we're not terribly far off. And the great part is when we make a bullish move to the upside, we can definitely make it without worrying about the RSI becoming overbought. Got it right that time, guys. But let's go ahead and hop out here to the day time frame. The day time frame is personally my favorite time frame. The huge thing that I want to highlight here is we're still consolidating essentially off of this rip that we've had. Now, the huge thing that I want to highlight here is we have, let's grab this trend line. So we have our ascending level of support here. Just say it goes to there. And then we have our descending level of resistance, which is going to come from here. And then when they meet together, they form essentially this wedge. Now, really, we want this descending level of resistance to touch 3 candle wicks. So in order for me to do that, it would require me to bring it all the way back to here, which is not reasonable. So I'm going to extend it out a little bit and give us some more time. But honestly, the huge thing is we're within this wedge. And what this wedge is telling me is that we had a low, we had our high, and now we're doing what's called consolidation in a macro perspective, which is a good thing to do it's good to do within a healthy stock. Because when we had this rip up to 345 on the day perspective, we were overbought. Now that we've consolidated so much, we're sitting here at 54 on the RSI, which is actually really good. Because if we do make a move to the upside, because when we get to the end of this wedge, or if we break through either to the upside or to the downside, and we have a closed candle above it, it is considered a breakout. Now, there is always a possibility that we could have a candle close above it, another one close above it, and then one close back down below it, and we could technically consider that a false break kind of thing. Now, really, a false break would be within a 2-day time period, not really within a 3-day time period, but keep in mind that is technically what we would call a false break, and it can happen either to the bearish or bullish side. But if we respect this channel and respect this ascending level of support and this descending level of resistance, eventually what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make a move. Now, why do we have to make a move? Because essentially what we're doing is we're having resistance and support meet at a point, and we're saying, okay, this is now essentially a neutral point. We need to make a move, and what we need to do is we need to have buying pressure step in to make it a bullish move. If there's more selling pressure, then buying pressure will make a bearish move to the downside. Now, the whole reason why I want to say we need volume and buying pressure behind this is because right now our volume, if you take a look at it from essentially this candle all the way back here on February 25th, our volume has just considerably decreased over time. There's days where it's a little bit more than a little bit less. But today, we only traded 3.75 million shares in a whole entire 8-hour trading day. That is insanely low volume. So keep that in mind. The other thing I want to point out here is on the MACD, we do still have this bullish crossover. So we had the bullish crossover here on the 27th, which was Tuesday, because we made that really powerful move on Monday. So keep that in mind. We still have that bullish crossover on the MACD. So we still, on a macro perspective, long-term perspective, we are sitting in bullish territory because we are trading above our 200-day moving average, our 60-day moving average, and our 15-day moving average. Now, the huge thing that I don't want to see is this 15-day moving average to cross over this 60-day moving average, because that would put us in bearish territory. Now, the huge thing is if we can get this 60-day moving average to continue moving upwards and all of our moving averages moving upwards, we're still going to be in bullish territory. So keep that in mind. But if I got to say what we're going to be looking at tomorrow as far as target wise for the stock, I'm going to delete all my lines here just to make the chart nice and clean. But really moving to the upside, we're going to take a look at 184, 185, because we know that is definitely going to be a level of resistance for us. We've bounced off of it several times. We've been rejected by it essentially yesterday. The day before that, we actually technically broke above it for a while and then closed below it. We've been rejected by it several times. So 184 is definitely going to be a bullish move that we could make tomorrow. After 184, personally, I would be looking at 192. That's going to be my next level that I would be looking at, is around 192, because that will put us in that upper end of that channel. 198 would be the next step up above that. And then 200 would be our psychological and technical resistance of $200. Now to the downside, if we take a look to the downside, the huge thing is we have 172. So we got to highlight that because that is definitely a very critical level of support for the stock. So around 172. And then after that, honestly, we got a pretty far ways to go. We're going to be looking around like the 163, 165-ish territory to move towards the downside. So bullseye, just to recap myself, taking a look here, taking a look at 172 as our support, 185 would be next, followed by 192, and then 198. Bear side would be breaking through 172 and then testing 165. Now, hopefully tomorrow what we can do is we can make a bullish move to the upside, break through 184, or get rejected by it several times and then break through it and then claim it as support, and then we don't retest it as support and break back through it and turn it into resistance. As long as we retest it as support and never break back through it, it's a bullish move. If we break back through it, it's technically considered a bearish move. So keep that in mind. But let's go ahead and hop over here into Ortex and cover GME. So overall for the day for GameStop, short interest wise, it increased by 2.23%. Our short interest to free float is 24.15%, and our current short interest estimated is 11.97 million shares. Exchange reported is 11.11 million shares. I'm going to put our on loan and estimated short interest or free float on here. Now, the huge thing that I want to highlight is our utilization has actually dropped a little bit. It was 57.40, I believe, yesterday, and now it's 56.90. So there's definitely a little bit of decrease in our utilization. Now, keep in mind, this could possibly be from our shares on loan. People could be taking shares on loan and saying, I don't want to take the risk on GameStop. I do have shares on loan. The exchange can have them back. And then Sally or Bob or Joe over at X Hedge Fund go to the exchange and say, hey, I want those shares to short the stock, kind of thing. So that is definitely a way that we could see a decrease in our utilization and see a decrease on our shares on loan. So keep that in mind. It's definitely one of the things, because Joe may not want to use it, but Susie over here at Hedge Fund B might love high risk, high reward kind of thing and short GME kind of thing. So keep that in mind. And also keep in mind, take everything with what I say with an absolute grain of salt. Remember that I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and fact check everything that I say. On top of that, I do want to say that Vortex here, this is the absolute bare minimum short interest that we are looking at. Vortex does not account for shorted ETFs. It does not account for naked shorting or any other forms of shorting. This is data getting from prime brokers on just GME shares. So just keep that in mind. The borrowed shares today, according to Ortex, absolute bare minimum, keep that in mind, 665,700. There was 347,900 shares returned. So there's 317,800 added to our shares on loan. So there is definitely a positive change. GME is still being shorted, which would definitely explain the reason why we had a downwards movement today. We know that the shorts are going to continue doubling down on the stock and continue pushing it into the ground if they absolutely can. So just keep that in mind, guys. But that's what I got for you guys today. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to drop them down in the comment section below. I normally do answer all my comments. If I don't answer your comment, flame me or flame war me in the comment section, or DM me on Twitter and say, hey bro, you missed my comment, kind of thing. Because I do have my Twitter down below too. Also follow me on Twitter too, because I do make like announcements and I normally do tweet throughout the day kind of thing. So follow me on there. It's in the description of this. And then also in the description of this video is my Webull referral link. You do get 2 free stocks when you join Webull, valued anywhere between $8 and $1,600. And you get one of those free stocks when your account's approved, and then you get the other one when you deposit $100 on the platform. And I also do get a free stock as well, because you did use my referral link, and it is a great way to support the channel. Also, before I leave you guys, remember, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and ring that bell for the YouTube algorithm. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.